Hi guys, welcome to this short video review about these Foster Grand Sawyer rectangular multifocus glasses. They are currently listed on Amazon for around $22. I think I paid a little bit more. Sometimes they go up to about $35. Also, depending on the magnification strength, I have 2.5. That means they are not 2.5 everywhere. Yeah, as already told, these are multi-focus. I think they are some kind of triple focus glasses. Here we have some description. You can see 3 lens strengths in one pair of readers. They should be suitable for reading, computer and interaction. So the reading would be then at the bottom here and the computer in the middle and interaction or like TV or whatever on top. So I've been trying to use them in a couple of occasions, like home for reading. Reading means working on a smartphone, working on a computer, watching TV. And actually I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, a lot of people have to get used to such multifocus or triple focus glasses, but I have really tried a couple of times, sometimes even for a longer time, but I always had to go back because of a lot of problems. I mean, first we have to find out how the focus is with these glasses. I go a little bit closer here. Unfortunately, online they do not describe how they are divided. Some of the glasses from manufacturers, they are just divided horizontally, and then we have like the full strength here. Maybe we have a 1 or half and something in between. Also the question is this a hard line or not, or is it just a smooth transition in between? So I would say with these glasses it's a smooth transition. So it starts here, I have the 2.5, so we have the 2.5 here, and probably it's around 1.2, so something like 50% or so on top, and it goes from here to here like rather smooth. I haven't seen any lines or real breaks. So the problem is then when you have to focus on a large area like a computer screen, where you don't want to move your the whole head in all the directions to see the whole screen. I mean, when you are working on a computer screen, then you are focused. I mean, you have your head straight towards the computer screen, and then you're usually just moving your eyes. Unless you have a large screen, then sometimes you're moving the whole head, but usually you're just moving your eyes, and that's not working because you're then out of focus, because the focus area is really small. There's just one point here. I mean, maybe for me it would be something here, maybe from here to here, really small area. So it means in total a really small part here of the whole glass here on this side, which is in focus, and it's not the total area, even though it's already really small area which is in focus. No, it's not everything. So on the outside there's something I haven't figured out what it really is. On the outside there's another part, another area which is I think for me it's always out of focus. I have tried between very close and very far, and it was actually never really in focus. So there's an area outside which it's really hard to focus anything. I don't know if it goes from top to bottom. So the field which has a perfect view gets more and more narrow and smaller, and yeah, that makes it very cumbersome, and it's not very convenient, and basically yeah, it's tiring. I mean, that's something which is always a little bit the case when it comes to such kind of glasses like bifocal or triple focus. Those things, people get more tired than they usually were before with single focus. But I think with these ones They have brought this to an extreme. They probably wanted to optimize and have something for everything, but maybe it's too much compromise. Really difficult to wear them the whole day. And it's not only this problem here, it's also another problem. I don't know if you can see that when I put something here, yeah, maybe it's easier when I have something straight. Usually it's when I have when I'm looking on straight vertical lines and I move my head around, then the side walls are moving. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little bit hard for me to see if there's an effect here, but this is really when you're looking with your eyes left and right, then like things which are actually straight, they are moving around. So when you're looking to the left side, so your computer screen will look like this thing here. When you're looking to the right side, your computer screen will look like this one. So it's when moving around, you have the impression that the walls are like shaking, like an earthquake or so. It's extreme. When you have normal glasses like single strengths, yeah, that's not the case. Then everything which is normal vertical stays vertical, even if you are moving your eyes or moving your head. That's not doing anything. But with these glasses, it's really super weird. That's one of the most strange things. And so yeah, and also because you have such a small focus area. For me, when I'm looking around in a room or so, I have always the impression that I'm underwater, like with swimming goggles, diving goggles, and there you have also the impression that the things are not really in focus. But I mean, we know, yeah, it's the water there, that's a different thing. But yeah, here with these glasses in a normal room, I mean, the crazy thing is actually at the beginning, I had this thing for the first time. I never had triple focus glasses before, and when I put them on for the first time, my first impression for the first couple of seconds, I thought, oh yeah, they forgot to put on the magnification, because I was able to look up and down and everything was more or less in focus at the same time. So in general, the idea is good. I mean, when you're putting on these things for the first time, it probably will blow you away, because you have more or less, I'm saying more or less, everything in focus. When you're like in a room, you have things which are close, like your hands, or something which you're holding in your hands, like a smartphone. Then you have things in the middle, and then you have things far away, and everything is in focus the same time, but only more or less. When you're looking a little bit closer, you will notice that everything is a little bit out of focus. It's not totally out of focus, like if you wouldn't wear glasses at all. It's definitely much better, but almost everything is a little bit out of focus, and that makes one a little bit tired. Yeah, it's a little bit tiring, and this thing is actually, especially for working at the computer, this really strange effect, which is moving straight walls to or leaning to the left or to the right. So definitely I would say for computer work, it's not working. So in daily life, when you're somewhere a little bit, like for shopping, you need to look up things close, maybe check the smartphone, and then look at the price, look at products. I want to check people like in a distance, sales reps, or like friends which you are with, those things. So maybe for this thing, it could be a nice thing. So there are definitely situations where something like this could be helpful. You definitely have to get used to that, and you have to always know that a lot of the part of the glass will be somehow out of focus. You will have to get used to that. And when we go back to the glass and the frame, temples, everything I have the impression that it is, I mean, it's solid more or less. We have these things which we can bend to the outside, but the springs are super hard here. So I have other glasses from same manufacturer, I mean Foster Grant. I've been comparing them. I mean, these are these reading glasses which I'm using, and they have the same width, but they are 100 times more comfortable, because these hinges here are much more flexible. I mean, the springs are not so hard. The whole thing, like the whole frame, is much lighter. This is pretty heavy here. Also, these things, I don't know how to name them. They are not really comfortable. I mean, you can bend them a little bit around. I don't know how much you can do that. There are some complaints about that they came off like after a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Yeah, I usually prefer when they are like built in, something like this. Yeah, these things tend to get lost, and then it's difficult to get them in the correct size and everything. So overall, I'm not really super happy with them. I'm not saying that they are totally not working for me. Yeah, it needs a lot of time to get used. For computer work, for me, definitely not working. Probably also not for TV. Just a little bit when like traveling, shopping, or something like that would be probably the best thing. But then we don't have like sunglasses. But the main thing is you have to really get used to it, to have a very limited area where you can see. You have this disadvantage, and they are very uncomfortable for me, at least for me. And yeah, of course, I have a little bit large head size. If you have small head, maybe they are more comfortable, but for large head size, I definitely wouldn't recommend them, and not for computer work. And yeah, that's it for now. I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments or other opinions on that, just let us know down in the feedback area. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.